Maybe I'm a bad person, but I get a great deal of satisfaction from watching Nancy Pelosi get all riled up. You guys have got to check this out.
We've been wanting these tears. We've been desiring these tears for so long. And now, ladies and gentlemen, lo and behold, thanks to you and me and all of our work, we've made our dream come true, and we are going to savor it. This was Kamala Harris's election night party last night, where the tears, they just flowed, and they flowed like raindrops. Raindrops that kept falling and falling and falling and falling. As the night progressed and the map started looking more and more like this, ladies and gentlemen, a electoral landslide, a total and complete repudiation, with even Gen Z backing Donald Trump in historic numbers. Pretty much everyone backing Trump in historic numbers. Look at this. The entire country shifted red. Everything. Every demographic shifted red. Black, white, Latino, men, women, everything. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris calling on Donald Trump, conceding the election. They should be apologizing and begging for mercy. That's okay. Those days will come. Kamala Harris's own family, well, her stepchildren at least, was sobbing at her concession speech just moments ago. Look at this. This was the crowd at her concession speech. We're back, baby. Oh yeah. In this speech, there were a bunch of people who were crying and wailing, all the tears, the salt. Just get into the salt shaker. We drink your tears. Guess who else was crying? Tiny dancer Tim Walz was crying as well.
And to my
look at him. Tim Walz and Kamala Harris's husband, the male feminists, the low testosterone, full of estrogen male feminists, were both sobbing.
I think we all would have predicted that Tim Walz would have cried, whether they lost or won. But when you look at the demographic change from 2020 to 2024 and every single metric Donald Trump improved, that just goes to show. You can keep playing all the propaganda that you want on CNN, MSNBC, ABC, and all these BS networks, but eventually people are going to stop buying what you're saying when they realize they can't buy half as much as they could under Donald Trump. I mean, for goodness sake, I was at the grocery store last week. Eggs used to be $2 under Donald Trump. I saw $9 eggs. Everyday average American people, they're going to see this and they're going to get fed up. Sure, people might not align with Donald Trump 100%, but at the rate that we're going, this is unsustainable. So it's no wonder there was a mass migration to Donald Trump.
Made for each other, truly. Abusive, low-T monsters. Those are always the ones you got to watch out for. Man, the Kamala Harris clips from her concession speech are just great.
The light of America's promise will always burn bright.
Look at this.
As long as we never give up,
Even Kamala's
and
crying.
as long as we keep fighting.
Look at her crying.
What does that mean, keep fighting?
Oh, it's just great.
To my beloved Doug and our family, I love you so very much.
Oh, yeah. Everyone.
To President
cried.
Biden and Dr. Biden, thank you for your faith and support.
They didn't support you. They voted for Trump.
To Governor Walz and the Walz family, I know your service to our nation will continue.
No service. They didn't serve anything. They served kindness.
And to my extraordinary...
Oh, they're all crying. It's so great. Guess who else was crying? Nancy Pelosi. Look at this photo. When a lizard person tries to cry like a human. Is this Nancy Pelosi crying? Is this what it looks like? This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when NVIDIA stock ticks downward. Just a little bit. Nancy Pelosi. Is this crying?
You know why she's crying? All that insider stock trading that she's been doing for years is going to come to an immediate halt under Donald Trump. I mean, how is it possible that someone that works in a civil service job has over $100 million net worth, and she doesn't have any remarkable skills that I know of? So where is this money coming from?
Clearly a lizard person. Man, social media is popping off today. Watch
Sorry.
this.
No! Why?
That's just deranged. It's
Why? Do you really hate me that bad?
calm down. Like, seriously, take a pill. Like, I mean it. Like, you need to go consult a doctor. You got to consult a doctor. You have a mental illness problem, all right? And speaking of, this isn't the worst meltdown. In fact, the worst meltdown did not happen on social media. It just happened on corporate TV, where a disgraced, failed senator who lost her incumbent seat in a landslide, Clara McCaskill, just burst into tears on MSNBC. We've been waiting for this moment. Here we go.
Oh, I'm so proud. I'm so proud of her. I don't think people realize how hard it is to get to where she was. As a woman, getting elected DA, it's not easy, guys. People don't trust women to be in charge of making decisions about life and death and crime and being, frankly, a supervisor in some ways over police. Her fighting through the primary thicket of California politics to become Attorney General, really hard. I mean, this is really hard stuff. For her to be selected as vice president after what I think she would tell you was a very disappointing presidential race, where I think she kind of lost her footing and was listening too much to consultants, frankly, and it didn't really exude who she was. And then to be vice president and to step into the most difficult situation in the world, where she had to be completely loyal to Joe Biden and respectful of the fact that he had chosen her, but yet maneuver in a situation. I mean, such political skill. It is just inspiring. People who don't understand what she had to do so I'm just very proud of her.
Or if you're Doug Emhoff, you're you're like in a high position, you're the second gentleman in America, and you're Tim Walz, you're a governor, and you're like sobbing on TV. There's something wrong with you, man. Or you're like the richest, literally somebody who's a parasite on our politics, a literal lizard person, and you're sad because your portfolio has gone up like 10% today because of Donald Trump's win. There's something actually wrong with you. I think this guy actually nails it.
I even think you assholes realize what you did. Now because you elected Trump in office, I gotta go and spend less for gas, less at groceries, have a savings account that my kids can actually be proud of. We could actually do something with it. I don't know, maybe like a vacation to Florida or something. Who knows? Now I gotta get used to a strong economy, secure borders, no new wars. What kind of is that?
Oh, but it's actually sad though. I'm scrolling on social media and all these people who I know in my own life are basically saying, if you support Donald Trump, remove me as a friend. Don't ever talk to me again. What? What has happened to people? Why can't we find some common ground? Just because I voted for Donald Trump, that does not make me a Nazi. It makes me want to have safer streets, more money in my pocket, no overseas wars. It's crazy, the brainwashing that these TV stations do to people. Going back to Tim Walz, Nancy Pelosi, and that Emhoff guy crying, whatever happened to our leaders showing strength? I mean, for goodness sake, Tim Walz was this close to becoming the vice president of the United States, and if something happened to Kamala, he could have been the president. And he's on national TV bawling, crying. I mean, would you ever catch George Washington doing something like this? Abraham Lincoln? John F. Kennedy? You want your leader to be strong as an ox so that they can deal with anything that may come their way. Now, I'm not saying that men shouldn't cry or anything like that. All I'm saying is that if you have a leadership position, you're representing your constituents. And if Tim Walz is on national TV crying in front of the entire world, that looks badly on all of us. So thank God that guy did not get in, and I probably don't have to see his face anymore. But yeah, let me know your thoughts on this down below. Am I being too harsh on this crying thing? And what do you think is gonna happen to Nancy Pelosi and all her stock trades? Let me know, I'd love to hear that. And if you enjoyed, make sure to smash that like, comment, subscribe, and wish you guys nothing but the best. Till next time.